Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're doing a deep dive into a really fascinating case study. We are breaking down exactly what it takes to make people feel truly seen, valued, and completely integrated into a community. We're looking at the actual documented systems behind an incredibly successful multi-year visitor outreach program from New Life Community Church. Now, this isn't just about vague feel-good theories on hospitality. Nope, this is a hard data, step-by-step breakdown of how to turn a first-time guest into a lifelong community member. We're calling this analysis the anatomy of connection. So why are we looking at this specific system? Well, you really just have to look at the sheer scale of what they've accomplished. This system hasn't just worked for a handful of people. It has successfully reached and processed over 2,000 total visitors. Every single one of those individuals represents a distinct, highly personalized journey through a meticulously crafted outreach funnel. It is honestly pretty amazing. Okay, let's really get into this. That massive number of over 2,000 connections, yeah, that wasn't some overnight viral success story. It is the result of an intentional, absolutely relentless 9-year milestone of dedicated outreach. For nearly a decade, this organization has been refining a week-by-week effort to ensure that literally no one falls through the cracks. It's just a brilliant testament to the power of consistent, long-term system building. To understand how they actually pull this off, we're going to break their system down into 4 parts today. First, welcome versus hospitality. Second, the 6-month strategy. Third, the newsletter connection. And finally, measuring the impact. All right, part 1, welcome versus hospitality. This is all about the difference between macro event management and micro personal connection. You know, a lot of organizations completely confuse general hospitality with a personalized welcome. But this system fundamentally separates the two. Just look at the deliberate difference in scale and function they use. On one hand, you have a massive hospitality team. We're talking 99 members, 14 captains, handling all the general weekend services, holding doors, handing out bulletins, that kind of thing. But on the other hand, you have the welcome team. And this team is surgical. It's a highly specialized group of just 15 members doing one-on-one personalized follow-ups, with each member representing a targeted area, like the men's ministry, women's ministry, or Celebrate Recovery. It's so effective that internal documents actually refer to this 15-member unit as one of the organization's quote-unquote most obvious secrets. Because they are so specialized, their week-by-week dedication is just intensely focused. When a guest expresses interest in a specific group, one of these 15 welcome team members is assigned to contact them, literally meet them at the front door of the building, walk with them to a meeting, and personally introduce them to other people. It's next-level care. Moving right along to part 2, the 6-month strategy. This is their intensive timeline. So we know who runs the system, but what exactly are they doing? Well, they don't just reach out once and cross their fingers. They operate on a rigorous 180-day clock. Over that 6-month period, a single visitor might receive a staggering 15 to 17 separate points of contact. Think about that for a second. 15 to 17. This isn't just a quick, hey, thanks for coming email. This is a highly orchestrated chain of communication designed to consistently remind the guest that they are valued and wanted. Let's break down how this builds across those 180 days. Step 1 is the initial trigger, filling out a Connect card. Step 2 brings in immediate personalized calls and physical welcome letters equipped with custom sticky notes. Step 3 enters the guest into an exclusive 6-month newsletter sequence. And Step 4 culminates in that targeted, in-person introduction by the welcome team at a small group. It's a beautifully structured sequence from start to finish. And the whole shebang kicks off with something super basic. A simple piece of paper, or, an online form, is the starting line. The exact moment a visitor checks a box and provides their information, they set that entire 15 to 17-step process into motion. From this single action, the welcome team springs to life, ensuring an immediate, structured response. Okay, part 3, the newsletter connection. This is all about passive but persistent contact. During those 6 months, direct phone calls and in-person meetings are great, obviously, but you also need passive contact to stay top of mind. So they use a highly targeted monthly email called the New at New Life newsletter. Now, this isn't their general organization-wide blast. It's curated exclusively for guests in their first half year. It includes daily devotionals sent straight to their phones, helpful calendar links, and personal notes from the staff. It's designed specifically to answer the questions a newcomer would have, rather than cluttering up their inbox with insider information that just doesn't apply to them yet. Now, here is the absolutely crazy part. Out of all the visitors funneled into this 6-month email sequence, they typically see only 1 or 2 unsubscribes per year.
1 or 2. That is an astonishingly low number in the world of email marketing. It definitively proves that the content being delivered is genuinely perceived as high value and relevant by the guests. And we don't even have to guess if people like it because they actually curate guest feedback right inside the newsletters. They highlight real quotes from recent visitors saying things like, "Thank you for the warm welcome," and "God is definitely in this place." This not only shows that people are actively responding to this persistent engagement, but it creates a really powerful sense of social proof for other new visitors reading the newsletter. It's like a positive feedback loop.
Finally, Part 4, Measuring the Impact Through Real-World Retention. We've seen the 15-member specialized team, the 17 points of contact, the 6-month newsletter, but does all of this extensive operational effort actually translate into keeping people around? Well, let's look at the hard data. When organizational surveys are sent out asking guests for their overall impression, the response is a staggering 4.82 out of 5. That is a near perfect rating, guys. It shows that this meticulous, step-by-step attention to detail is landing exactly as intended. But wait, context is absolutely crucial here. We have to be clear about where that 4.82 comes from. Actually, scratch that. It's not just a general survey handed to every single person who walks through the doors on day 1. This opportunity is provided only after a visitor receives the very last of their 6 email newsletters. So this high score represents a small, highly dedicated subset of respondents, people who successfully navigated the entire 180-day, 15-touchpoint outreach funnel. It specifically measures the satisfaction of the fully integrated guest. And what is the identity of this surveyed group after those 6 months? Get this. A massive 87% of them report that they now consider themselves regular attendees who claim this community as their home. Only 13% are still deciding or headed elsewhere. The anatomy of this connection process literally turns a casual visitor into a committed regular. It's incredible. So what does this all mean for us? Well, it leaves us with a pretty provocative challenge. We've just deconstructed a 9-year, highly intentional system that requires 15 specialized team members and up to 17 touchpoints over 180 days to properly integrate a guest. Think about your own community, your own business, or your own organization for a second. Are you just relying on a general smile at the door, or do you have a surgical, step-by-step strategy? What does your organization's anatomy of connection actually look like? Think about that, and we'll see you next time.